Hell yeah, brother.
What's going on?
I got new glasses.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I like them.
Do I look?
This is
I'm in
close
my
up.
Brooklyn.
See,
I've got my
uh-huh.
taco shirt. I've got my glasses. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you're slowly turning a different something by the day as we go. But, yeah,
Well, that's
it's a nice dark
hurtful.
frame there. No. I mean, I didn't mean that as a bad thing. Nice. You got your taco shirt. I got my zoo shirt on. Zoo thing on.
Zoo.
Cape
Oh,
May
Hunter's
Zoo.
gonna be so happy.
I went with Hunter to the Cape May Zoo.
To the Cape May Zoo.
There you go.
Holy crap!
Full
You got
circle.
some merch.
Yep. So that's nice. Nice glasses. I like them. I do like them.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Anyone? What's going on with you?
Not much. Went to a wedding last night down in my
Love
old
is in the air.
rural area. Yeah. I found out something that I think you might have a knee-jerk reaction to, so I'm gonna say it, and I want you to hold your wits about you.
Okay.
So my cousin's wedding, we went. My dad read at the wedding. It was nice. It was a good wedding. But some of the relatives there, I found out, they're like twice removed, basically from my where whatever my bloodline is. But they were like, "Oh yeah, we
know how
live
that
near
works.
you. We live in your area. Without doxing myself, they were like, "Oh, so your people have a nickname," and I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And they're like, "You guys are the Crickers."
Excuse you.
Like, wow. And she goes, "Yeah, you gotta be a cricker from where you are, and because of the creek nearby, that's why they call it that."
Right. I
And-
feel like
and-
calling the creek the crick is very Jersey.
Sure, I don't know, but either way, then they were like, "Yeah, but you're not a real cricker until you go down to the muskrat dinner," and I was like, "I'm in Alabama."
The muskrat dinner?
And they were like, "Oh yeah, the muskrat dinner's breakfast is great. They have eggs, bacon, all that stuff. It's so good." And I'm like, "Oh, it's just called the muskrat dinner. It's just a restaurant." And they're like, "Oh no, they cook the muskrat there too."
No, please.
And
I
it's
don't want them to
this
cook the muskrat.
this older woman, she's like, "Yeah, they just deep fry the muskrat, but you see, the thing is, when you put it in the deep fryer, it basically explodes. So like, you get all the different pieces, and sometimes you get a big piece and you think it's meat, but you bite into it, it's got some bone in there, And I'm
Oh,
just
what do they? They don't cut it up,
I don't know. That's what she said. That's all I have.
bro. Literally, I don't even think that's Alabama. That's like Transylvania, dude. What the fuck?
I don't know. It really took me.
Can you not go to the muskrat dinner?
I mean, maybe I have to at this point.
No.
I just to see,
No.
witness it. I mean, granted that the guy that did tell me I'm a cricker did show up to the wedding in overalls, so that might have something to do with it.
Where I'm from, they're called crickas.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Sorry for
Nice.
the hard R on the crickers there.
Yeah, easy
ladies and
does it,
gents.
pal.
Yeah. Well, it's my word apparently, so I get to say it.
It's true. I guess you're not appropriating it if you are someone else.
See, you don't even want to say it. I could hear you
I
hesitating.
can't. No, I really don't. It
I
feels
could hear
really
you
dirty.
hesitating. Yeah, it was.
I'm
it was,
nervous.
It was bad. It was not
Holy
good.
shit!
Yeah.
Where were you? That's a wild.
Not too
thing.
far. Not too far. But yeah.
I do like now that we have this medium. You hold out some facts.
Yes.
Like because we talk, but you
Yeah.
didn't bring up that.
I wanted to tell you when it happened so bad, but I was
Oh.
like, gotta save it.
Yeah, dude. Holy shit. The worst thing I was called was like the F word or
Hey, it
something,
wasn't an
so-
insult. It was just a term of description.
I guess. Yeah, that's too bad. Okay, well, good to know. If you want to dox Randall, look
Yep.
where crickers are.
Everybody owns
Wait,
a
hold on.
gun, so be
All right.
careful.
That's. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Where are people called crickers? I'm gonna verify.
I mean, I don't know. If this
Okay,
is,
well,
I don't know if this is an online thing, but
I'll tell you what. The first thing comes up. It says the epithet cracker. Oh, this says cracker. Cracker has been applied in a derogatory way to rural, non-elite white Southerners.
well, also applicable.
Okay, I won't put this in, but are you from Kirksville?
No, that would be Kirker probably. Cricker is
It's-
like name for the creek because I live in Stone Creek.
Right. Stone Creek.
My
I'm
Jeep.
gonna leave this in and do that.
Bleep it?
Just bleep. Oh God! Welcome to Who Asked.
Oh, yeah.
That's Randall's addressed. We're having fun at the top of the show, ladies and gentlemen. All you crickers and crackers in the audience. Yeah, this is a comedy show hosted by me, Aiden Russo, and
Mr. Cricker.
Mr. Cricker himself, Randall Brown. We're going to get to some stuff. We're going to name a frog.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're also going to do Newsreel, You Asked, Trivia Tuesday. We have a fun mystery segment brought to you by Shane, if you heard last week's episode. So off the top, this is going to be a very actually, I guess, I don't know. This could be controversial. This could be hot topic.
Okay.
A friend of ours got a frog recently.
Yes, he did.
Austin asked us to help name the frog, and I did want to ask up top, do we know if it's a male or a female? Are frogs...
No, we don't know.
So we don't know if it's male or female. So we're kind of just... It's just...
If you'll remember Jurassic Park, the whole premise
I won't.
of that movie is that all the dinosaurs were female so that or male. No, all were female so that they couldn't mate and they couldn't...
Make up your mind.
And continue on. But they used the genome and the DNA from some of the tree frogs that are known to change their gender in order to have offspring. So that's
Is
why...
that real?
Yeah, that's what happens in the movie. Remember, they're going through the woods and they find eggs, and they're like, "Why are they making eggs?" And then they find out about that. It's been a while.
Yeah, that's been a while. Jeff Goldblum, shout out. What's funny about frogs? I should know more because I have an ongoing bit with a friend where we just kind of send each other like geckos and frogs and stuff. Last night, after the show, I was a little tipsy, and my girlfriend was next to me, and I was scrolling. I got an Instagram ad for a shirt that says MILF, Man, I Love Frogs, with a bunch of frogs on it.
That's pretty good.
Immediately bought it for him for Christmas. And she was like, do ads get you like that? Like, are you drunk?
Oh, I've fallen
they
for
get
that
me
before. Yeah.
sober or like it doesn't matter.
Stuff like Instagram ads I never should have put my credit card info into. I fall for
Never.
it.
Never. I Apple paid that shit so fast.
Yep, exactly. PayPal, make it save the end.
Yep. So
that's funny.
Let's name a frog.
Yeah. So what I was getting at there was that it could go
Sorry.
either way, male or female. So let's be a little bit, of a neutral name. You know what I mean?
Perfect. I have a great one then for that.
Okay. What do you
right
got?
off the top? Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, I'm a big fan of Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins the frog.
That because he hops. I get it. So would you call him Tony or like what?
No.
I feel like you need a shorter name though, just like a nickname. Like this is Anthony Hopkins, but when I'm yelling at him, I call him Tony.
Who's the serial killer he plays?
Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter. Is that shorter?
I don't think so.
Who's the?
I think that's the same amount of syllables. Hannibal
Lecter.
And then, what's his name? Anthony Hopkins. Bam. 5 and 5.
Nice. So then maybe it's Anthony Hopkins and also Clarice.
All right. I think you're going down the wrong
Put the lotion in the basket.
All right. Okay. And that's not Hannibal Lecter. Also, that's the that's
Wait,
the other.
who is it?
It's the other serial killer in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Because remember they're trying to catch they're using anyway.
Anthony Hopkins, great frog name.
Okay. So I kind of went more with the owner, Austin. He's an Italian brother of ours, of course. I have he's been named Giuseppe in Facebook for the last 15 years that I've known him. So I decided to go with an Italian name for his frog, Benito. I think that
Benito
because you can go Benita
Mussolini
if it's a girl. Yeah, just like Mussolini, but. That's the funny part. This is Benito, or if you don't want to say, you said this is Ben, something like that, and it goes well with his, ancestry. So that's my first one.
Okay, I like that. I did conspire with my loved ones before this. I asked Kelsey, and she said Rupert.
Rupert, very distinguished.
I said, do you have a frog name? And she said Rupert.
I know that's like a distinguished frog in a coat with a suit and maybe a cane, like the frog and toad, like that. That's what that reminds me of right there.
Speaking of AI, we can make that. We can make Rupert AI.
That's true. That's great. I will let him know. That'll be the. We'll put it on the image for the thumbnail for the episode.
Exactly. The thumbnail will have Rupert with us.
AI Rupert. Yes, he'll be right there.
What else do you have? I have a few. I can either run them off, but I'd love to hear what you have.
Next,
and then should we come to a conclusion?
I think we should. Only on the ones that we say, of course. But okay. Next, I have simple Gorog the Cricket Killer. I thought that might be a very like war forged title that could be good for the little guy.
Did you put that into a D&D name generator?
No, I didn't.
Is that a reference?
It actually started as Gorog the Frog, but then I was like, you know what? This could be stronger. This could be a better character.
We can make him nationalistic.
Yeah, exactly. He could support a country, an ideology. But
okay, I'm gonna rip through. I have 3, and then I have 2. So I'm gonna give you 3 really quick.
Okay.
Ethel, Billy Bob, Archimedes. No. Okay. That's fine.
Archimedes is a bird, that's not a frog.
Is sure.
In my head, anyway. I don't know why that is.
I don't give a fuck about your head.
Yeah, but you gotta. Well, okay, let's put our minds.
No idea is a bad idea. We're just throwing
Ethel.
stuff in.
Sorry. Go ahead. What you want me to do? Okay. I can do
Ethel the frog is great.
Yeah. My next one's not that good either. Okay. I definitely started with my best and worked backwards, but I just want to put that out there. Put it on the playing field.
Okay.
Marty. And
you're right. You did start with your best. Let's wrap it up.
Well, okay, look, if you can get Ethel, I can get Marty.
Ethel's
okay?
better than Marty.
No, it's not, because Marty it's like when you do like a human name on a dog, except it's like actually charming. It's like when you meet my dog Steven, that's bad. That's not good.
I agree. I am in agreement there.
Yes.
But I think Marty needs a middle name.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he'd have a long name for his full name. Okay, so Marty the nickname. So then his full name...
His full name is like Martin
Van
Dexter.
No, like the Martin Van Buren. You got to do Martin Van.
Sure.
There's got to be a frog joke in
Martin.
There somewhere.
We can make him. Fuck. What do you call people from the Netherlands? Dutch.
The Dutch.
Martin Van Froggen.
That's pretty. Oh.
Whoa.
Earthquake.
Holy shit.
Martin Van Froggen.
That's going to be so loud when I'm editing and I forget that happened.
Maybe not. I didn't hit the mic. I hit the thing that the mic is on.
No, you'd be surprised what
I would.
It picks up.
Well, prepare yourself. So Martin Van Froggen, I like
Martin
that.
Van Froggen,
Marty
we got
for
there
short.
a little.
Marty for short.
Marty for short. And then my last 2,
to
close the loop on this proverbial frog naming, Cesar Chavez. And Big Lips.
Frogs notoriously don't have lips, though.
That's why it's funny.
Oh.
This is a comedy podcast.
Well, now that you've explained why it's funny.
Right.
It's funny.
That's right. I'm going to blow my nose.
Yeah, I can. That's why I was waiting for you to do that so I could continue my joke. So you can
No, it's okay. I'll leave that in.
All right, so we got a couple good ones. Do you have a vote for it? Like,
I really like Anthony Hopkins or Big Lips. Those are my 2.
Really, you're not even going to come over to my side for even one.
I was saying for mine. I was saying for mine, and then you can give me your best, and then we can.
Anthony Hopkins absolutely is my favorite of yours, but I think all of yours go above my bottom 2. But I think Mr. Benito stands on top.
No, Benito is really good. So should we do a live poll?
I think we should, and I also think people should be able to comment what they think. We should, if you guys, when you're listening to this, our friend got a frog. Put a name in the comments, and maybe he'll pick it, but he probably won't. and then you go with the poll and you do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Benito.
And that's on marketing.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Marketer. That's what
you
I
are.
Do.
One thing I know about you is you are Mr. Marketer.
Mr. Marketable, some might call me. So
you are marketable.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we'll come back on this. I think what we decided, I'm gonna make a note, is Anthony Hopkins or Benito or Big Lips. Big Lips is just for me.
Editor's note. Or Big Lips.
Benito. No Mussolini. That's just implied.
Well, right. That's implied by the name.
Okay.
You know, it's like how, you know, you don't really find German kids named Adolf anymore. You know what I mean? You don't find Italian kids named Benito very often.
I'm also going to add in Martin Van Fragen, a.k.a. Marty.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good, too.
I think that's good.
I think that's actually good for Giuseppe himself, too, because he'll like the name for president and all that stuff.
When you said, I was like, who the fuck's Giuseppe? I forgot you. Okay. Newsreel, young man.
Oh, newsreel. Okay.
Oh, I'm up 7-6, motherfucker.
Yeah, you are. You sure are. I think I should go first, because I think you went first last time. So
probably.
Okay. Are you ready?
Let me get into my
headspace.
Yes. BetterHelp.com.
Nice. So, German warship blasts Darth Vader theme on the River Thames. Germany's Navy said there was no deeper message in the choice to blast the famed Imperial March, Darth Vader's theme song in the Star Wars films, from one of its warships as it cruised down the River Thames through London this week. A bystander captured the spectacle Monday on video, which quickly went viral on social media. The song selection made waves across Europe. The warship was in the area for training and dropped anchor in London for a normal supply stop, the German Navy said. The warship's commander is a big Star Wars fan and an admirer of the legendary musical scores of John Williams. The embassy said in a statement.
Aren't we all?
He chooses a different Williams tune whenever his ship is visiting a foreign harbor. There's no word whether Anakin Skywalker himself was aboard.
Nice. Very nice.
Good tag at the end,
yeah, great tag. That's funny to be a German warship and play like you're like, oh fuck, 1939 again. No,
it's the stormtroopers. Here they come.
You should be the German in our D&D campaign.
I know.
I'm gonna say that feels vaguely familiar.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that is real.
It's real.
Yes.
From like 2 or 3 weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's not.
I was gonna say like 2 or 3 years ago.
Nope, that's very very recent actually. So yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Well then, I don't know how familiar it was, but it felt
you did that last
familiar.
time too, or like one of the other ones I did. You were like, "Oh, I heard about this, and it was not the right story, but
it was
you
the
got
pineapple
it right.
one. It was the swingers one.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh,
I'm
like, confident.
I somehow fall into getting them right sometimes.
Yeah, been there.
Yeah.
So shout out to that commander, big Star Wars fan. He's
very funny.
Yeah.
So funny to do that.
I have to wonder if he's as big a fan to be in the top 1% of Spotify listeners for John Williams. Like I am, like that's the question. Yeah. I'll have to put him to the test if I ever meet this German warship commander. So
was John Williams your number like 2 Wrapped last year?
No, it wasn't. It was just I don't think there's that many people that listen to John Williams. So if I put on like movie scores and he shows up a lot, or like any kind of classical music and he shows up a lot, I naturally just get towards the 1%. I am the 1%, as they say.
I am the Senate.
Nice. Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Which character
I can't wait
was
to do a Spotify Palpatine. Fuck off. I can't wait to do a Spotify Wrapped segment where we share our raps.
Mine last year I had like 3 hours of played music or something. So All right.
Let's get on with this shit. Okay. No naysayers, spelt Neigh, like horse. No naysayers. Nice. Live horses join first day Jesus Christ.
What?
Whoa.
Get through it.
How do you say veterinary? Oh, there we go. No naysayers. Live horses join first day veterinary students for anatomy lecture in Hungary. A lecture hall full of first-year veterinary students in Hungary eagerly took their places for the first animal anatomy lesson of their academic careers when 2 full-grown horses clopped inside and joined the class. The rector at the University of Veterinary Medicine in Budapest, Dr. Peter Sotonyi, coaxed one of the animals into a riser at the front of the hall and used a stick of chalk to draw onto the horse from head to hooves, where its bones, organs, and muscles could be found inside. The horses provided to the university each year by the Budapest police stood calmly throughout the lecture, encouraged by occasional treats of sugar cubes. You're fucking mug. You're a dork.
I got that for my birthday.
For those not watching the YouTube, it says, good morning. I see the pirates have failed.
Yo ho. I don't think I have been around horses very little, but enough to know that I don't think they would like that very much. I mean, maybe if it was like an old horse that didn't give a shit, but I'm going to say it's fake.
I got bad news, big guy.
I am in a slump.
You are in a slump.
Yeah.
Dude, hold
This
on.
is bad.
You need to see the thumbnail. I didn't even realize the thumbnail for this picture. I'm going to send it to you. And I'm going to make this the thumbnail probably for the YouTube video.
Well, you got to put Rupert with it. That's all I ask.
You're right. I don't know how the horse likes this. He's getting his tongue cranked off by this doctor.
Jesus. I guess, I know some of them are old and they don't mind, and they like kids and you can keep them around, but, like big dogs or whatever. So.
Are there therapy horses?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My sister actually did stuff with her horses where she would.
That's right.
I don't know if it was like therapy, but it was just like little kids that don't, know much, so that like she would ride them around and do that kind of stuff.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
Damn it.
Yeah. You need to, you need to fix yourself.
I got to come back to reality. I'm somewhere else.
That brings us to our sweet mystery segment.
Yes.
Brought to you by our very own Shane Crittenden. Thank you for submitting this. I'll actually read the email very quickly. It says, "Sup fuckers. First time emailer, long time listener. I'd like to hear you guys talk about some mysterious subjects and discover your opinions. We're talking ghosts, the paranormal, aliens, the extraterrestrials, and the cryptids, the beasts. What are your stories? What do you believe, and what is in the realm of belief or comedy? Have you or anybody you've known ever had a paranormal encounter? Do you believe in aliens, Bigfoot, Chupacabra, Loch Ness, etc., etc.?"
This is a pretty big one.
And so it's at least one episode.
Yeah.
I think we have plenty to talk about, and we got some time, so I kick it to you, Randall, to see what you would like to start off with here.
I didn't write this down. I was hearing that made me think of a story. It's not really my story, but it was a story from my grandfather. It was about aliens, and it was because he was chief of police, and he came home late one night. He was with my uncle when my uncle was, I think, 11 or 12. I can't fully remember the story, but they said that they were, coming inside. This is probably, I don't know, 1970, 80 something, and they looked up in the sky.
My favorite year.
And saw this, circular object up there that had strange, tri-pointed lights or something along those lines. And it, whirred out of the sky as fast as they could see. After they were looking at it for a little bit. They had no way of taking pictures or anything like that. But then, in the town, over the next few days, other people reported to have seen stuff like that. And, they, put it in the local news. But, what's going to come out of that?
Right,
There's nothing.
Yeah.
And that's the only story. I've never had a personal alien experience, I guess, but I think it's a possibility.
I mean, yeah, it's the biggest story I have is I was with some Republican cousins, but this was when we were, also 12 maybe.
Right.
And we went in the back and, my cousin or uncle or someone was like, "I think we see a UFO." And we kind of all stood there and I was like, "No, you don't." And it was probably a weather balloon. My thing about aliens while we're on the topic is I very much believe that there has to be life elsewhere in the infinite universe. I don't think they look like the ones we have. I think it's a little more scary, and I would know because I have been probed anally, right. Of course.
Right. Not by
I've been
an alien,
taken up.
That was just your.
No, that was just general, and that was So, the aliens would do much better things to me, I think.
I don't know about that one, but I understand what you're.
But we don't know.
I guess. And I think that there's something in the way. Now I guess now we're getting into conspiracy stuff, but not really conspiracy. But I think it has to do with the way that cells grow, evolution itself. I imagine it would. Listen, hold on, I'm getting there.
Okay.
I think that life would evolve in similar ways across the universe. I think that, not necessarily we're going to look exactly identical. I mean, humans already look different, depending on where they're from. But I think bipedal something humanoid sight same five senses just because like, I mean, you look at the animals on our planet, they have the same five senses for the most part. So I don't
Aliens,
think
they probably look like incest people from West Virginia.
to us
most
they'll look like
realistically.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to people in West Virginia, they look like home. So that's all. But
They look like Grammy.
yeah, they're gonna land down there first, and it'll be all fine. We'll never know. But yeah, so I don't know. I get that they might look a little freaky. Like maybe they have tails. Tails, I think, there's a high possibility there.
Tails, there's definite high possibility because when you think like where we came from, all the little organisms, like we were like tadpoles.
Right. I mean, we have a tailbone, you know? I mean, like it's
we do have a tailbone. And I have a tail when I go out in public and put on my furry suit.
Right. Well, is it part of the suit or is it the...
Let's talk about cryptids. Cryptids are funny because I was like doing a little like very loose research thinking about it. I believe you said you have a strong theory about a certain cryptid, but most of them, there are so many stories from Scotland, and I don't know why. I'm going to Scotland in a week.
True.
And we're going to Loch Ness actually. So
Nessie.
I'm hoping to see Nessie,
as
it's called, Nessie, which is a crazy, sexy little name for a
dinosaur that lived too long.
Mythic beast.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. That was always I don't know where that ever came from. Was that it was just one of those, not Leoplorodon, some dinosaur that has a long neck. Like that.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you know dinos real
okay,
good.
but I don't know that from dinosaurs. I know that from the two horses going up to Candy Mountain, you know? Oh, it's a Leoplorodon, Charlie. Yeah, that's why I know that one. But I don't think that's the same dinosaur. But I do think that's all that one was. I don't know. And I think Bigfoot is easy enough to also, just some hairy guy or, just somebody you put on a suit and walk through the woods. It's these days when people start taking videos and stuff, that's when it's more believable. Now that everybody's got a cell phone, now that everybody's videotaping stuff, but
it's also so easily
manipulated, sure, but but that's what I mean though. Like if 5 different people from different angles have footage of something, it's much more believable. But
true,
I did edit everything.
I did somehow at one point end up on the Bigfoot subreddit.
Yeah,
and people just like go crazy, like they're so into it, and I actually didn't know if it was all a bit or not.
Yeah.
So do you believe in a cryptid or like?
Do I believe in a cryptid?
Or is there one you really love, like me and Nessie? Like we get freaky.
I have a soft spot for the Jersey Devil, just because of it's such a classic.
Of course.
Like growing up, always hearing that, like, oh, the Jersey Devil's in the woods. Like I remember being 5 and like camping in my backyard and being like, the Jersey Devil's out there.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, scary stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And it's like this awful demon-looking thing that's like frail.
It's like impish, right?
Do you know the story? I have it up in case you didn't know.
I've definitely heard it. I know what it looks like, but do you want to
take a guess on where it came from?
Drunk driving accident?
Not quite. So I don't think it has the year on here, but this was supposed to be like 1700s, 1800s when it first started being a thing, and it was about this woman named Mrs. Leeds, and Mrs. Leeds had 12 children, and she wasn't to have any more, and then she did have a 13th child. So,
of course, the number, the fabled 13.
Of course, and she learned she was expected for the 13th time. In disgust, she cried out, "Let it be the devil." The story continues that the child arrived, and it was a baby devil. The creature then gave a screech, unfolded its wings, and flew out the window into the adjacent swamp right after birth.
Got
Literally,
it.
like,
I
bang,
did not
bang,
know that story.
There it goes, yeah. And like they talk about like the Pine Barrens being its place, just all the dead pines or all these just like it's just endless sticks. And if you go out there, it's eerily quiet. Like it's an actually creepy place in Jersey that it's got the perfect monster lore to go with it. So
that's probably Mrs. Leeds.
Yes, Mrs. Leeds. Mm-hmm.
The Pine Barren, just like her barren fallopian tubes after the devil.
Oh, well, I don't know if she didn't have I don't know if she had a 14th,
13th. I don't know. Oh, true.
That's what I mean.
Right. Yeah, I guess I don't know.
I mean, I feel like she'd be like, well, I can't stop at that one. So like,
I mean, or maybe you're like, am I only going to spawn devils?
yeah, that's fair. Look at the one I just sent you. That's the ad. It swims, it flies, it gallops. A living dragon. 10 cents.
Oh, this
admits to all.
Oh, this is this is like at a county fair.
They're like, we got it.
Yeah, this is not what
you thought it looked like.
No, that's what I mean. Is, right?
No, it's kind of
it
that.
is.
Yeah, it's
okay.
like weird goat, 2 legs that are backwards.
Okay, I thought it was a little different, but
you know, it was funny. I really liked the show Supernatural. You know, where they would go and like find
Jensen Ackles.
Yeah, and they'd go find a different monster every week and hunt it down. They'd go, well, according to the folklore, it hates salt or whatever it is. And I was watching. It's an early season too, but they go and they're like, there's people being murdered in the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. Could it be the Jersey Devil? And then they go, and I'm like so excited, and then it wasn't the Jersey Devil. It was just like a serial killer that they handed it to. And I was so ready for it. Like they do like these awful CGI like Wendigos and things.
Yeah,
and I'm like, this is gonna be great, and then they just never did it. I was so mad.
Yeah, that's crazy. Is that why the New Jersey Devils are named the Devils?
Yes, that is true. Yes.
Wow, very fun.
Yeah,
very fun, very exciting. You know what else is exciting?
More cryptids,
ghosts, and spooky little guys.
That's true.
What is your thoughts?
I'm pro ghost.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I like them. I think they're cool little spooky guys. Is that what you mean?
No. Look, I got a little ghost on my leg.
Oh yeah, you do. He does look spooky.
We named him Milford.
Milford? Man, I love frogs. Ord. Is that what it was?
Right.
Is that his full name?
Yeah. Other than you like them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I was young, I remember being like home alone and then like hearing something and like that's a ghost. You know, like that noise shouldn't have happened. But like, you know, these days, I hear a noise. It's like, it's just whatever. It's fine. Like, I think it was just kid settling in, you know, kind of thing. I don't know. I don't think I believe in ghosts. I don't think I believe in paranormal. I like them, but
right. My take on the paranormal is that I don't believe in paranormal activity, but I am afraid of it. And like, you know,
Wait, so you have to believe in it a little bit. You can't be afraid of it without believing in it a little bit.
No, I said what I said, and I mean it. I don't believe in ghosts, but I don't want to do a Ouija board. Okay, like all
right.
I used to now I would do a Ouija board because I'm a fucking grown up and not a dumbass, but. When, you know, in elementary school, you have some friend that gets a Ouija board, like, let's do the candles. I literally was like, I won't be doing this. I am not taking part in this. And, you know, then people would move it with their hands. Everyone's like, I'm not moving it. I'm not moving it. It's the ghost. Like, fucking shut up, Sean.
I feel like that wasn't a placeholder name. There's a real Sean that did that to you, isn't there?
Yeah, they'll have to find out.
That's funny.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I get it when they're like, oh, you know, terrible things happened in this house and it died. But like, it's so easy to psych yourself out for those kind of things too. And like, you know, we were talking about the haunted house for Judge Russo.
Oh yes, okay, that's what I was gonna say. I thought you were talking about a haunted house that you walk into. Yes, but I was gonna say the same thing. The haunted Judge Russo house.
Right, like, and that was literally legally we're gonna consider it haunted because of all the things of people considering it that way. Like, because human perception of the house is that it is haunted, we'll treat it that way. Because that's the way it's going to be. Even though it's not, and you can't prove that it is, it's perceived that it is. So, and I think it's all about getting psyched out that way. So
perception is reality, as Aristotle once said. No,
that was me. I said that.
Oh, yes. Wow, very well done.
I told Aristotle about it though. So you're close. So then we're gonna agree cryptids exist, ghosts don't exist, aliens definitely exist.
I guess I don't know if I agree that cryptids exist. They probably exist in the fact that, similar to aliens, there's some weird fucking shit out there.
Yeah, that we don't know about.
I mean, what isn't like 60% of all aquatic life discovered. Like we don't know
it's
half,
way less.
not even. It's probably way
it's like
less.
the percentage of the ocean that's unexplored, and it's like 97% or something.
Right? Yeah,
it's
crazy.
Yeah,
like
I mean, deep sea monsters. That's a whole other
deep sea. I don't want to talk about it because I got thalassophobia, and the deep sea monsters
freak
me
you
the fuck out. Yes.
Is that why you never wanted to play Sea of Thieves? Is that why?
Yeah. No, I don't want to play Sea of Thieves because that game fucking stinks.
That game is great. Pirates are great.
That game stinks. It's so boring.
The pirates have failed.
You love pirates, though. One thing about Random Round, loves pirates, loves dinos.
I mean,
you want to go off
good
on
things. No,
we're talking about dino tangent.
We're talking about things that don't exist. Although I will say, it was somebody we know or it was my sister that was like, "How do we know that dinosaurs?"
I know your sister.
Well, no, I'm saying separately. It was just to me, they were like, "How do we know that dinosaurs exist? They're just like ghosts or something like that." I'm like. And I was like, no, these aren't made up. These aren't like they were like dragons. They were compared to dragons.
Right.
Like, but we have the bones, you know.
We have fossils,
right? And we don't have fossils of aliens or cryptids. I'll give you that. But we have the bones of dinosaurs, so we got to believe.
You should have been archaeologist.
I thought about it, but there's not really a career in that.
No, there's not.
That also involves wearing a fedora and carrying a bullwhip. So I kind of fell away from that at an early age.
Yeah, it's too bad. You couldn't be indie.
It's a very different kind of fedora and whip. But
it is. It's cool. It's cool. It's fucking cool, man.
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay. Well, that was excellent. Thanks for sending in the topic, Shane. Appreciate it.
I think we should revisit that again.
We can certainly come back to it. We're running to time. So let's move on to Trivia Tuesday.
Okay, I want to go first on this one again, please.
Okay, I am up 5-3 just for a.
No, reminder. You're not. That can't be right.
Yeah, I got it right last week.
All right, that's fair.
And I was up 4-3.
I also went the route of monsters for this week's Star Wars question. So the question of the week for Trivia Tuesday is, which Star Wars movie monster does not eat someone during the movie they appear in?
Okay.
A, the Sando Aqua Monster in the oceans of Naboo in The Phantom Menace. B, the Nexu in the Geonosian Petronaki Gladiator Arena in Attack of the Clones. C, the Rancor in Jabba's Palace from Return of the Jedi. Or D, the Rathtar in Han Solo's freighter in The Force Awakens.
What the fuck? I thought this was going to be way easier.
Look, I gave you the scene and the movie. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know if it helps or not. Okay, I can imagine someone being eaten in Jabba's Palace. I can imagine someone being eaten in The Force Awakens. I frankly don't really know what you said for the Naboo. Naboo was A, or was Naboo
Naboo
B?
was A, the Sando Aqua Monster in the oceans of Naboo, and B, the Nexu in the Geonosian Petronaki Gladiator Arena.
I'm gonna go with A, the Naboo monster.
The Sando Aqua Monster?
The Sando Aqua Monster. I think I can at least picture an arena and a thing and it eating something.
You're right. I'll give it to you. Yeah, you're right.
I'm just the best. I'm the best to ever do it.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm really the best to ever do it. All you fucking haters that came at my throat the first 4 weeks when I didn't have multiple choice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this has been a terrible edition, I'll tell you that.
This has been I think I'm 6 for 8 since we added it.
But yeah, no, the Aqua Monster was when they find Jar Jar, and Jar Jar's like, "Oh, come to the underwater thing," and that's when Qui-Gon
he almost gets him, right?
Yes, the smaller fish almost gets them before the Sando Aqua Monster grabs the smaller fish and then gets it off them, and that's when Liam Neeson says, "There's always a bigger fish." A classic.
There's always
line.
a bigger. Yep.
Yes.
Classic. Wow. Oh man, it just feels good. I feel bad for you at this point.
Yep, because I think I'm getting this next one wrong. So let's go.
I mean,
it's a
certainly
possibility.
You get this right. Nice and easy. The President's Cup is going on right now. USA is up 11-7. Do you know what the Ryder Cup is?
No.
Okay.
Go. Say the answers.
It's golf thing. What is the term for scoring 3 under par on a hole?
Under par.
Yep.
3 under par is. I'm trying to.
I'll give.
Oh wait, yeah, it's multiple choice. Give me that.
Yeah.
I was like eagle, albatross. Where's the birds?
Birdie, eagle, Albatross,
Nah.
falcon.
Falcon's not real. That can't be it, right? For 3 under, because eagle is 1. I think it's albatross. I'm going albatross.
It is albatross.
Yes. Okay. Oh god, that was tough. That was
Eagle
tough.
is 2 under though.
Yeah,
Birdie
okay.
is 1 under.
Yeah, birdie. Yeah, whatever. Wait, is falcon real?
No, falcon's not real.
Okay,
I just
great.
threw in another. I threw in another bird just to.
I had
throw
to
you
go.
off.
Yeah, 4 under par.
Yeah. We're a results-driven podcast, not a process-driven podcast. So it doesn't matter how you get there. All that matters is that you get there.
That's true.
You really needed that one.
I
to
did.
Be honest.
If that didn't, you got it right too. So it didn't. It's not like that gave me an up. I'm still in the same position as you. But
Correct.
I agree.
But you don't want to go down 3.
I would have been down 3, and that's no good.
That's not a place you want to be. That's not a place you want to be. Well done. Let's close this thing out with a few more questions from Nick. And this was the one I was going to do last that I think is funny.
The cliffhanger question? Okay.
The cliffhanger question. If you both switched jobs, how long would it take to get fired?
Oh, boy.
So for those not remembering or that don't know,
let's do a little synopsis.
I work in marketing. I work for a fintech. I do their advertising. Randall is a lawyer.
True. A document review lawyer mostly. So I don't do a lot of court arguing these days, but it's a lot of interpretation of legal statutes and things of that nature and privilege and whatnot.
And also part of your job is that you have to review a certain amount of documents a day, correct?
Kind of. They like have an average that they say try and keep there, but it's not like a strict thing. Yeah.
And you work from home.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I work 5 days in the office.
True. Oh, wait, I thought. Oh no, that your last job was. Yeah, those remote days.
Mm-hmm. So I will say this: if I worked from home every day and had to review it and had to read all day a certain number of things, I would get fired by the end of the week.
Really?
End of the week because I wouldn't do the job.
But you have to.
No,
it's an hourly thing, and like
I understand.
You have to.
I understand
That's
what you
the
have
job.
to do.
Okay, I understand.
Which is why I'm saying I would get fired
in a week
very quickly.
Wow.
Because I can't sit at my desk and read, especially if I'm at home. I'm going to the gym in the middle of the day. I'm cooking breakfast.
Look, I got my desk, my walking pad that has the desk on it. I love that thing.
Sure.
I work.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
I would do that. I would do that.
Oh yeah, it's very nice.
But I would not. I wouldn't last.
Wow. All right. I was going to give you longer than a week, but I trust you. So.
Maybe 1 month.
I was going to say less than a month.
Okay.
So I'm not willing to go there for you. But...
All right. Fair enough.
Let's see. So how long would I last in your job is the other thing. See, I will tell you there's one thing that I've consistently not had my finger on as far as the pulse goes, and that's knowing what people want. So I don't think I would be very good at marketing. I'm fine creating ideas, and I think I'm a very creative person. I can market stuff. I just don't think what I think of would be marketable to people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'd be so confident and in there, but I would be out because nothing that I make would sell.
To be fair, marketing is such a crapshoot. You never know what's going to stick. Like
sure.
You can think you have the best idea and it fails, and you can think it's just like
the worst idea.
Oh, this is a throwaway. Yeah. And it's the best thing ever. We are, working on some big projects, so I'm going to create the next Share a Coke campaign.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but it's just a key and you're doing cocaine.
Well, if you ever do like a Pepsi one with Kylie Jenner, I would love to be that person. Because
you want to be...
That commercial seems like it was written by somebody like me who's in marketing.
Right, yes.
That's I would create the next Pepsi, have a Pepsi. You create the next have a Coke. Right. I create the next have a Pepsi. And it's just like the Black Lives Matter riots. So
you're like way too on the nose, like, oh, this person's never been off social media, like they're on the worst part of liberal Twitter.
Oh God, yep. So
that's so funny.
There's a reason we're not swapped, right? So
that's yes, there is a reason. Another question: how long could you survive living alone in the wilderness?
Wilderness,
which is funny because we just started watching season 47 of Survivor.
47,
and 24 years, season 47.
Wow.
I've said before, my goal is to be on a game show by the time I'm 35.
Okay.
I now easily, willingly admit Survivor is probably the best TV show ever created.
Wow, that's a lot.
Like, definitely game show.
I don't classify that as a game show.
Reality, I don't know what it's a competition.
Like,
I guess whatever you want to call it.
I agree it's a genre of its own, but it's not a game show. It's not like people behind podiums and winning $100. Right.
My point being, I would love to go on Survivor. As soon as the bugs get there, I'm fucking over it, man.
Yeah. That's fair.
I hate bugs, dude.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's a great reason. What do they have, like Survivor like Canada edition or like?
No, it's in Fiji every year in the
it's always in the same
wilderness
place.
Now it is. It used to be different, but now the game has changed. People are softer.
Has it 47 seasons? I mean,
I know.
Wow.
So I guess my answer to the question is, as long as their Survivor season is what I'd be willing to do, which is like 28 days, and I don't think I'd make it that long.
Well, see, that's the thing. You automatically have more experience just from watching that show, just from watching people who either have no idea what they're doing and they're stuck, or people who do and, working with it. So that's still an up. So I think you last longer than me. But at the same time, you would starve way quicker than I would. So that's the other thing. I got nature's insulation. I'm good. I'll be warm. And the other thing is, shelter. If I got a good coat, I think I'll be okay. I could fall asleep in some pretty weird positions. Safety-wise,
you could do some.
I don't know. Unless a coyote starts tearing at my leg, I think I'm going to be okay. I don't.
I would
could
beat
make
the
a spear
shit out of a coyote.
Yeah. Uh-huh. If it's like lasts long enough for search and rescue to find me, I think I could do that.
I think I could do that.
Yeah, like keep on my toes enough to look out for a rescue copter.
I would do well on Lost until I met the fucking freaky psycho dude.
Yeah. Did you see that? This could have been a newsreel. Did you see the little girl that they found in the woods? She got lost from her family, and she was like way alone. And they had a drone that was equipped with thermal imaging, and they flew it over the forest and just caught her on the thermal imaging scan, and then found her, and then got her that way. Crazy.
Isn't that how they got the Boston Marathon bomber guy?
Yeah, because he was hiding out in the boat, in a boat under a tarp or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't mean to bring that up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's next question.
Speaking of bomber, if the nukes go off, where would you want to be?
Well, I don't know. Where's the nuke going off? Because if it hits Philadelphia, I'm toast. That's it.
Yeah.
But if it's hit New York City, I'm probably okay. I mean,
you're probably okay.
Who Asked is going to be a one-man show, but that'll be it.
I mean, I don't know if now I'm more safe being in New York City, or are New York and DC safe, or
no? Like,
is there an iron curtain, or am I dead?
Neither.
I'm a prime target.
Well, it really depends. This is at least like the legitimate stance on it is that yes, DC has more military targets and you could disrupt the military easily. If you're having a war, it's much more intuitive to attack the civilian populations because that causes way more mass panic and anything like that, and that'll kill. I mean, how many people live in any district of New York City? That's as big as like a normal bomb will hit. So.
Yes, I mean, there's 15 million people or 8 million in Manhattan or something. Yeah. Next episode, we'll be breaking down the logistics of the Ukraine-Russia war. So join us then for Military Tactics 101.
Special guest, Mr. Zelensky will be joining us.
Zelensky's coming on the pod.
Yep.
He agreed. He was an actor, a comedy guy. So.
Yeah. You know what? I saw this the other day. I wanted to see if you knew about this actually. Did you know that in the 90s, like with Mr. Billy Clinton, we were like,
oh, Bill.
Hey, Ukraine, give us your nukes and we'll protect you no matter what. I never knew that. I never realized that was why we were so invested in this Ukraine thing. And now we're like honoring it. I get it. I didn't realize that's how far back it went to then. So
yeah. I just want to say we are an anti-Putin podcast. I'm willing to put my life on the line, but I want that to be known.
Yeah,
I want that to be known.
Maybe it'll be the nuke. That'll be the nuke thrower right there.
That'll be the thing. That'll be the thing that gets us fucking out of here.
He watches.
It wouldn't surprise me if one of our viewers is Vladimir Putin.
I know he is. I'm telling you.
I think that's a great way to end it. Vlad, you're welcome on the show if you'd like to discuss the war.
Zelensky first.
Zelensky first, I guess. Thanks for listening. What a fun episode. Happy Sunday. We're recording on a Sunday, which is our first Sunday show.
Well, Mr. Scotland's got to go away.
Yes,
Ooh,
I
turned a little Liverpool at the end there.
Yeah. Oi, I'm gonna do a bunch of ketamine. I don't know what that.
Thanks for watching Who Asked, everybody.
We'll see you next time.
Adios. Goodbye.